Kita tunggu saja.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
Oke, tunggu sebentar guys. Sudah, let's go. Oke. Kita ada di mana ini guys? Oh, ceritanya kita ini jadi karyawan kantor ya guys. Ini apa ini? Wah, udah jam setengah 12 malam. Ceritanya lembur nih. Lembur bagaikan kuda guys.
What could it mean?
Okay.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Ini siapa lagi yang ngomong-ngomong? Ini belum juga dimatiin, aduh. Kok sepi ya guys? Kantornya. Ini kemana lagi? Udah pada pulang semua ya?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Kemana ini kita guys? Coba kita lewat kiri aja dulu guys. Kok bisa tertutup dewek guys? Gak bisa dibuka lagi mana? Oke, lanjut. Oke, kita ke sini.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Yeah.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Oke, ruang meetingnya. Dan si bapak ini kenapa nggak pulang-pulang?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Ke bawah atau ke atas guys? Kayaknya ke bawah kalau pintu keluar. Nah ya nih guys, benar nih guys.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming!
Apa sih, bacot kali
This
bapak
is all a dream.
Lagi ngomong?
What a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical star field, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin. The press of the mattress on his back. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal.
Yes.
I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Lah, di sini lagi kita, guys.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I?
What the hell?
She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself.
Alah, bacot kali.
A few moments later.
Nah, kita balik lagi nih, guys. Seperti semula. Wah, berarti salah jalan ini, guys. Oke, langsung aja let's go, guys.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ini bapak ini siapa lagi yang ngomong bacot kali dari tadi?
Bacot.
He entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Meeting room ya? Ini kali.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, but eager to get back to business. Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Ini lihat mana lagi nih, guys? Kayaknya lurus nih, guys. Coba kita lurus aja dulu.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
Desainnya. Oke, berarti lewat sini, guys.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Banyak kali barang-barang, guys. Seperti paket gitu.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Kok gelap itu di sana, guys? Kok benar sini? Halo?
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out.
Halo? Halo?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
Kayak di hotel gitu, guys.
Right. Okay, there we go. All right, now I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on.
What?
Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Berarti lu yang ngomong ya?
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named
Ini
Stanley.
cewek atau cowok? Suaranya cowok. Oke, kita disuruh tekan 1 guys.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He
Terus,
has a job that demands nothing of him,
terus
and
apa?
every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Ya, terus. Oke, suruh tekan 8 kita guys.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's
berubah, guys.
told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now
terus.
he's eating lunch.
Apalagi?
Now
Apalagi, Mbak?
he's going home. Now
Mbak,
he's coming
ketumpahan
back to
cat
work.
rumah.
One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's
Aduh,
chosen this
aduh.
life.
Oke, pencet T.
But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands.
Yeah.
It was wonderful.
Oke,
And each
nextnya
day
apa
that
lagi?
he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Oke, kita disuruh pencet E.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job.
Udah berubah
First, he
jadi.
imagined that one day while at work,
Terus siapa yang
he stepped
mindahin
up
tadi,
from
guys?
his desk to realize that
Langsung
all of his
berubah aja.
co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Oke, disuruh pencet J guys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Oke, pencet 8 lagi guys.
As he wandered through this fantasy world,
berubah aja,
he
guys.
began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Oke, I love you. Oke, pencet 8 lagi guys.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Mas aja lah. Oke, please press U. Oke, kita disuruh pencet U guys.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly
Langsung
be?
menghilang mbak
In
Mas.
reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he
Ganda
always
dia tuh.
has. Nothing has changed.
Kemana dia?
The longer he spends here, the more invested he
Lah, ini
gets,
jadi
the more he
ruang
forgets which
kantor
life is
kita
the
nggak sih,
real
guys?
one.
Iya nih. Please press to no. Berarti kita disuruh pencet no
And
guys.
I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly
Mbak Mas
killing
yang
himself.
agensis tadi
He
kemana
won't
guys?
listen to me. He won't stop. Here,
What?
watch this.
What the hell?
Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button,
Ya,
do not
ayo.
do it.
Apa bacot, Pak, Mas. Oke, kita disuruh tekan J guys.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in
Ini
a way
di
that he'll
ruang
understand that
kantor
every
kita nih,
second he
guys.
remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what
gimana
I
sih?
see? How can I make him look at himself?
Oke, disuruh pencet G lagi.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make
ruang
the
kantor
rules.
kita nih,
I
guys.
simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley.
Apa sih?
We're not so different, I suppose.
Ini nggak mau
I'll
dibuka
try
lagi.
once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must.
Oke.
Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe
Okay.
this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I
What? Nah, ulang lagi kita nih guys. Berarti bukan di situ jalannya guys. Oke, langsung lah.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Sampai baca-baca
Perhaps
guys,
he had
maju
simply
aja.
missed a memo.
Mas Mbak baca tadi nih. Ngomong-ngomong aja kayak tadi. Kasih tahu ke jalan keluarnya. Saya ini mau pulang. Kerja lembur bagai kuda aja terus. Saya lelah guys, Pak, sis.
When Stanley came to a set of two
Berarti
open
yang
doors,
satu
he
tadi itu,
entered the
guys.
door on his left.
Pintu yang satu tadi yang
This was
sebelah
not the
kiri.
correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Itu kebuka di sana tuh, guys, pintu.
Wow, yes, this room.
Wow, yes, wow.
What but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Berarti pintu di sini, guys.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door,
Kok
and
kayak
got
ngeri
back
gitu ya,
on
guys,
track.
suaranya. Kesini dulu atau kesini, guys? Atau ke bawah dulu dah? Coba kita ke bawah aja dulu ya, guys. Mungkin di bawah nih, guys.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go,
Mana nih pintunya?
From here, it's, left. Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Wah, berarti mbak-mbak tadi yang mengendalikannya, guys.
No, not the right.
Hell?
Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Udah seluruh badan kena cat rumah lagi.
See, we went down, right, left,
Mana
down,
nih
left,
pintunya?
right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Nih. Baru dibuka dia, guys.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
Wah, iya benar, guys.
Okay. We just have to get back to who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Nomor. Lah. Anjay, suruh ngulang lagi gitu, guys. Berarti lurus aja dari dulu, guys.
All of his co-workers
Pintu
were
yang satu
gone.
tadi, oke
What
lah,
could it
let's go.
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Aduh,
Perhaps he had
gimana
simply
sih?
missed a memo.
Kasih tahu tuh yang benar sih, bos.
Wait,
Wah.
wait.
Kok
What?
jadi banyak
No,
pintunya, guys?
No, I restarted. I
Tadi
swear, I
kan cuma
definitely
dua aja.
restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be. Oh, did something change?
Wah,
Stanley,
kita tadi udah
did you
dimain-main
change
nih, guys.
anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story
Nggak bisa
somewhere?
dibuka juga, kali.
Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right
Wah,
here just
udah
a minute
dimain-main
ago.
nih kita nih, guys.
I know for sure that it's here somewhere.
Terus kita lihat
Okay,
mana
then.
nih, guys?
It's an adventure.
Lihat atas.
Come, Stanley. Let's find
What?
the story.
Banyak kali, guys. Coba kita lurus yang tadi itu, guys. Sini, guys ya. Beda lagi nih, guys. Wah, jadi labirin nih, guys. Wah, waduh, tambah banyak itu ya nih, guys.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there
Apa sih
definitely
ini jadi?
was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over
Kasih
again.
tahu
But it's got to be
dong.
better than this.
Ah, di sini, guys.
Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Apa sih?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
Kita lagi
decided to go to the
lagi.
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Kasih tahu bro, Mbak Sis kan.
Okay, yep,
Hilang
it's
lagi.
worse. I might be remembering this
hell?
wrong. It's possible
Kok
the
itu
story is
semua hilang,
back
guys?
where we just came from.
Wah, nggak jelas
Why
nih
don't
game.
we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Hilang semua pintunya. Oke, kita disuruh keluar, guys. Lihat sini kah? Lihat mana lagi nih?
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The
Kok
story.
jadi sini
Here
ya?
it
Bukan tadi
comes.
di ruangan kantor kita nggak
No,
sih?
wait. Never mind. Not the story.
Ah.
Okay, let's head back the
Buntu
other
nih, guys.
way and retrace our steps.
Jadi bingung guys. Nah, bisa berubah-ubah gitu guys ruangannya. Oke, kayaknya menyeramkan nih guys.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story?
Ini kayak
I
ruangan
don't think so.
gudang
I
gitu ya
can't
guys.
quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
Terus mana lagi
Do you
nih
remember,
jalannya?
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
What?
Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work,
Win
and it
apa
really
ya?
paid off. So, good job. Oh no.
Terus
No, I don't feel right about this at all.
Terus
We both
apanya
know
yang
you didn't
win?
put in any actual work for that win.
What the
Some
heck?
people win fair and square,
Lah,
and this
pintu
was
tadi
not
di
one of
sini kok
those
nggak ada, guys?
situations. Okay, I'm getting
Aduh,
weirded
nggak
out by
jelas
whatever
nih.
this place is. I don't care what
Mulai
might happen
nggak
this
jelas,
time. I
guys.
have to restart.
Lihat keluar nggak bisa.
All right,
Okay.
I've got a
Stanley
solution.
berada-
This time, to make
Stanley.
sure we don't get lost,
Okay,
I've
kita
employed the
suruh ikutin aja,
help
guys.
of the Stanley
coba
Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Oke. Kita mau dibawa kemana sih dia?
You see,
Sama-sama
the line
Mbak.
knows where
Mbak.
the story is. It's over in
Misterius.
this direction. Onward,
Yang
Stanley,
kena
to destiny.
Rumah
Here's a
putih
thought.
tadi.
Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there?
Kita disuruh ke
Or to put
atas,
it
guys.
another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a
kenapa lagi
journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa, 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 whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to
Lanjut
apologize.
tadi guys.
Not sure where I was going with all that.
Terus kita harus
You know what?
loncat gitu.
I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Anjir, terkejut gue guys. La la la. La la.
Cut the music. Go back and look at that fern. Wait, what? We're back at the office? No,
balik lagi?
no. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley
Jadi
Parable,
main-main
right?
kita,
The
guys.
story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Ini kemana? What?
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us?
Kesini
And after
lagi
we
kita, guys.
trusted you, after everything we've been through, you...
Wah, nggak
Oh, I
jelas
can't
nih, guys.
take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
What the hell? Oke, segini dulu guys kayaknya. Jangan lupa like, comment, dan subscribe, dan notifikasinya diaktifkan. Komen di bawah mau kita lanjut lagi atau mau gimana guys. Oke, let's play next game. Bye.